Hello and welcome back. Today I would like to present you my license management, which I need for the licensing of my products. Which requirements must my license management fulfill? First, the products must be licensable on the level of system ID and client for a specific number of users. Second, it must be possible to distinguish between a demo and a productive version. Third, an end date of the license must be mandatory to prevent endless usage. Fourth, for web applications I want a distinction between the different device types, which would be desktop, tablet, and smartphone. This is because there is a need for additional development effort and because I want to earn some money. Last but not least, it must be possible to implement an own encryption algorithm. Let's start right away with a short presentation of the application. We start with a generically generated selection screen to already consider possible filtering. The selection screen can be extended according to your needs. After the execution of the selection, we get an overview of the licensed products as well as the product versions within the respective registers. The license data is based on a customizing table in which the desired structuring can be defined. Within the structuring, it is divided between folders and licenses. For the respective licenses, the desired information such as the validity, the number of users, and the commercial license key are now visible. The key user now has the possibility to check which license is already assigned to which user. Within the version register, the version information such as the transport request, the release date, or, as the name suggests, the current version number for the individual products can be viewed. This information can be used to check whether new releases are available for the installed product versions or can also be used for support in the event of possible product errors. In the future, it will be possible to perform a product comparison. This comparison can be used to check whether new releases are already available for the individual licenses. Using the marked button, it is possible to jump to the respective customizing if available. How do I create a customer license now? There is an additional program for the generation, which is of course only available on your own system. The product licenses are assigned to a customer in my case. Using the menu item Create License, the desired products can now be selected and generated with the key client and system ID. After a selection, another dialog appears in which the necessary information such as the number of user licenses or the end date can be entered. After successful preparation, the customer license can be downloaded using the menu item Download License and made available to the customer. I have here an example of a license file, which is created by an XML transformation. Let's now take a look into the use of license management within programs and classes. The class for the algorithm has a private relationship to my service class, which is intended for use within classes and programs. The algorithm class has only one method, and that is for decrypting the license. You are probably asking why. The simple reason is that I don't want to make the logic for encrypting available to my potential customers, because otherwise the license management itself would not serve its purpose. Within this method, the personal decryption logic can now be implemented. Important in this area are clearly macros to prevent debugging by unwanted snoopers. The program code at this point does not need a beauty prize. It has to be as uncluttered as possible, as you can see from the current example. Why, do you ask yourself? The reason lies in the architecture, which allows any user with the necessary permissions to view the program code. And once the program code is visible, it is of course easy to copy it. In our case, however, it makes no sense because it takes a hopefully long time to make it readable, and our logic for the encryption is not available in the system. An important final point. With a lot of criminal energy, even this logic is crackable. Regulate these points in an additional license agreement. Now let's go to the important part of license management, and that would be checking the individual object. Within the service class, licenses can be loaded into the respective systems, and the object check can also be performed. Licenses registered by a user cannot be transferred to other users unless the user is deleted from the system or after 30 days of inactivity. This procedure also allows for higher revenue when selling products. Without these checks, the license users can be shared among themselves, which of course ultimately results in lower license costs. The check itself within the products is afterwards a diligent but routine piece of work. Here is a short insight of an audit. By using the method check, only the license key to be checked is transferred and all necessary criteria are checked for their validity. How the heck do I check my licenses of UI5 applications? For this purpose, a defined virtual service can be started within the UI application via an AJAX call, in which a class with the necessary interface for the HTTP extension has been assigned. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any constructive questions or remarks, I would be very happy to receive your comments. Bye and see you next time.